All right, with us now, Joel Rubin, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Legislative Affairs in the Obama administration. Thank you so much for being with us. You just heard Aaron reporting from northern Israel that folks there think they are poised for victory over Hezbollah. How weakened do you think Hezbollah is right now?
Yeah, John, it's great to be with you, and I think Aaron is spot on. These are heady days in Israel, and the Israelis do feel like what has taken place over the last several weeks, where they executed the pager attacks and followed that on with the killing of Hassan Nasrallah, and now there are reports that at least half of the arsenal that Hezbollah had of rockets that they have pointed at Israel has been decimated. I think the Israelis feel like this is the moment to strike. And that's why the real question now is, are they going to work to finish the job in Hezbollah? How aggressive will they be versus how much momentum will they have to then move towards Iran in a response? And I do think that for Israelis, getting the north repopulated is a very high priority to show that terrorist groups cannot shrink Israel's borders, Israel's territory by these attacks. And I think that's where we're probably going to head in the near days.
So part of the answer to the question of how weak is Hezbollah now depends on the response to this next question, which how weak do you think Iran, how weakened do you think Iran is right now?
Well, look, getting to this question of weakness, Hezbollah is weaker now than it has been in decades. That does not mean it's eliminated. And so the challenge here is that Hezbollah has been backed by Iran for decades, supported by Iran. And the Iranian response just over the last couple of days, in many ways, was trying to show that it still does support Hezbollah while Hezbollah gets decimated on the battlefield. So this calibration of an Israeli response towards Iran also will have an eye on Hezbollah, on trying to deter any resupply, any restocking of Hezbollah, not allowing Iran to continue to try to build up Hezbollah as it has been built up over the last decades. And so I think for Israel strategically, they're going to have to really make targeting choices that provide that kind of strong security that they can get from battlefield activity on the ground Hezbollah, to not allow Hezbollah to return to the form that it's been over the last decades.
And look, the calculations, my impression is the calculations have completely changed over the last 3 weeks. And you always throw around terms like, fears of a wider war. But what is a wider war at this point? If Hezbollah, if their power is smashed, if Hamas, if their power is smashed, if Iran is somewhat weakened, what does Israel have to fear from Iran? Strikes more powerful than the ones they attempted the other day?
Yeah, John, you're spot on. Look, all the taboos have been broken. These questions that were sort of lingering for the past years about the danger of a regional war. Well, we've now seen Iran strike Israel twice. We've seen multiple organizations backed by Iran striking Israel repetitively since Hamas launched and started this war on October 7th. Hezbollah joined in, the Houthis joined in, now Iran has joined in, and Israel is still standing. And so from the Israeli perspective, they're saying this is the moment to strike. And, these taboos, now they're broken, and we see what's happening, and we can take it. And I think that's, of course, very risky and very dangerous, because one always gets concerned about an overreaction that could potentially destabilize the region significantly further. But that said, the taboos have been broken. Israelis see what the response is like, and they see that they can move on Hezbollah, and that they should do that to protect their north, because their north has been living under the gun, as Aaron pointed out, depopulating northern Israel in a manner that Israelis just cannot sustain any longer, and they do not want it. And that's why they're very supportive of these attacks on Hezbollah.
Now look, it might be risky, as you say, but it is important to understand the shift in mentality that has occurred over the last few weeks. Joel Rubin, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John.